theme with ADHD, and me as someone with ADHD, I love that so much. The climax is pretty good with like Mr. Meteor becoming a big green goo thing and becoming like the strongest villain we've ever seen in the series. It's a great way to end this entire series, but I don't know, Mr. Meteor doesn't scream the last villain in Captain Underpants. It's still a great book, and yeah, I just think this is an incredible finale to the Captain Underpants series. Also, apparently this book in the series was specifically banned for what reason? Hey people!
Oh my god!
Number 8, Captain Underpants and the Tyrannical Return of the Turbo Toilet 2000. That's right, the Turbo Toilet 2000 is back. And that's amazing to see him back again, especially because it was built up from the series. Yeah, I just love the idea of this book. However, I do think he spends a lot of time with Melvin. What he was doing with the past few books is good for context, but I just wish I saw more action with Turbo Toilet 2000. Which, when he does, the entire climax is amazing. He's so much more threatening than he was in his first appearance. But yeah, this book is still very solid. However, I do think it's a little bit mean seeing George and Harold like struggle to get their grade back up after they skip 2 days of school. Like, I don't know, that's just kind of sad. But the book still stays jolly and happy when they see the Yesterday George and Harold, which was a weird decision, but it's not that bad. Also, the glow squid is pretty cool, and I also like the comments that they make with Super Cracker Baby. And also, I really like the Crackers and Sulu. They're pretty cool looking. Also, yeah, that is some naked people. Yeah, this is still an incredibly solid book. I just had to put it right here. Also, Melvin gets a note that's signed by Joe Biden. Number 7, Captain Underpants and the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy Part 1, Night of the Living Nostril Nuggets. I just think that this is an incredible book. There's a reason why they split into 2 parts. It's a great book that has a really nice focus on Melvin.
Excuse me, could you explain to me why this is funny?
This book also introduced Sulu, the bionic hamster, and he is very cute. Also, I really like the comic that George and Harold makes this one. It was one of my personal favorites. Also, the squishies in this book are iconic. Like, I actually did this in school, and they do actually work. Hi, I'm gonna demonstrate the squishies featured in Captain Underpants and the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy Parts 1 and 2. It worked. Also, the Big Bad Battle is actually pretty cool. Like, dang, Captain Underpants is getting it, I see. And Booger Boy is just an iconic villain. How can I not forget? But I cannot give it the 9 out of 10 it probably deserves, because I'll always associate this book with coming home from lunch and seeing this. Number 6, Captain Underpants and the Perilous Plot of Professor Poopy Pants. These are books that I would rank 9 out of 10 or higher, and this is a great start to the top half of this list. This book is just iconic. It has Professor Poopy Pants, the best villain in the series. He's so smart with all his gadgets and everything, and his rise to evil is so motivating. Like, yeah, he's irritated by people laughing at him because really like the prank that George and Harold do in the beginning of this book. This book has so much iconic parts in it, like the ginormous hot dog, the ginormous finger, also the iconic name chart. Did anyone else look at that as a kid? My name is Gidget Gigglehead. What's yours? Comment down below. This book also has my personal favorite Book-O-Rama. Like, look. This book is just iconic, and I think it has a great message about name calling too, and why you shouldn't make fun of my name. My last name isn't Coochie. Number 5, Captain Underpants and the Terrifying Return of Tippy Twinkle Trousers. After a 6-year break between book 8 to this book, was the wait worth it? Yes. This is the longest book in the series, being 300 pages. That's right, it's longer than The Kill Mockingbird. Suck it! The only problem with this one is that it doesn't really add much to the story. We're not seeing anything new, we're mainly seeing backstory for why the ending of book 8 happened, and also an even bigger backstory of George and Harold's childhood. But I'm not gonna lie when I say that that story is legit amazing. It is so heartwarming to see George and Harold meet for the first time in kindergarten and them slowly bond to go take down a bunch of bullies. Like, that's so freaking heartwarming and so fun. And it's probably the best story that we have ever read in the Captain Underpants book. In the beginning and end with Tippy Twinkle Trousers, it's great to see him again. He's the best villain in the series. Once thing I will nitpick though is that these bullies are not 6th graders. When I was in 6th grade, I looked like this and made sock puppet videos and couldn't open a pickle jar. And I still can't. Yeah, this is such a great book, honestly, and definitely is deserving of the weight and the big lump.
This is my kingdom come, this is my kingdom come. Can you feel my heat? Look into my eyes.
Number 4, Captain Underpants and the Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman. What another banger. I just personally love Wedgie Woman in this. She's such a big threat and one of the most iconic Captain Underpants films. I also think the setup is incredibly funny and great. Like seeing them set up Mr. Cup to get married to Miss Ribble was pretty funny. And the marriage in general is just very funny. Just seeing Miss Ribble snap and just ruin the entire wedding. And she even makes a bunch of George and Harold robots. Also the part where the kickball rips through the page is very funny. The Captain Underpants gets his beat. Also really love the origin story comic that we get for Captain Underpants. Also, I'm not gonna lie though, the Hypno Ring just suddenly doing the opposite on women. That's kind of but I don't really care. This is such a great book. Also, oh my goodness, look, they're bald! These last 3 books are some of the best pieces of fiction I ever read and are all 10 out of 10 classics. Number 3, Captain Underpants and the Preposterous Plight of the Purple Potty People. I love stories that deal with alternate realities, and this one is no different. The attention to detail that they do with the opposite world is really great, and just the threat of evil George and Harold and Captain Blunderpants is great. Like they even make Sulu a big ginormous monster, and they're very smart and they try to frame George and Harold. It's also incredibly funny, like when George and Harold read the comic by their evil selves, also setting up the big battle of Captain Underpants and Captain Blunderpants only for them to snap their fingers and then the fight seems like they won. Like that's a good joke, even though I would love to actually see them fight. Like how in the beginning they also talk crap about adults and how they can be kind of whack sometimes, and also reverse psychology, that's also really good. I don't know, man, this book is such a banger. I also like the thing they do with George and Harold, the grandparents, even though it traumatized me.